wrestling match against a human obstacle. We are wrestled with rules of order, the power who governs this world of darkness and spiritual force that control evil in the heavenly world. For this reason, take up all the armor that God supplied, and you will be able to take a stand during these evil days. Once you have overcome all obstacles, you will be able to stand your grounds. If I had to use a topic tonight, it's going to be, I got my armor on. My subtopic, I'm dressed for the fight. I had the thought today, and God dropped it in my spirit at work, and it was, and keep your armor on this time. When I was reading this, I said, I don't know why I was reading Ephesians 6 and 10, but something in my spirit kept clicking about putting on your armor. And then Apostle was talking about covering. And the armor of God came up on me. And I said, okay, God, all right, I think I understand. You see, you got to be able to remain upright in the midst of a storm. Loneliness, attack is more critical than ability to fight. And when you've done all, just stand. There's time when we feel like there's invisible battles, but I found out I wrestle not against flesh and blood, but I wrestle against principalities. People like relatives, co-workers, but against spiritual principalities and power. If I wear my helmet, I'm going to protect myself. Because what if the enemy come against my mind? Y'all know we always saying, Lord, I'm stressed out. So stop coming out with part of your armor on. For example, hold the sword of the word. The sword is your word. Without the breastplate of righteousness, leaving your heart being whacked by the enemy. You see, when we come out and we're not dressed properly, we get attacked. And it don't matter where you go. You could be in the grocery store. You could be in Walmart. You could be on your job. You could be just riding down the road. But you need to have your armor on. Stop coming out without your armor on and coming half with it on. And the other half, God only knows where it is. You got to be ready for the battle. Because I'm telling you, the enemy is out to just attack any kind of way that he can. And if you leave your heart being whacked by the enemy, what's going to happen then? I'm going to leave you with the belt of truth. Gird yourself up to break the original curses and personal lies. The breastplate of righteousness cover the seat of emotion, protect bitterness. Don't forget your shoes of peace. Be careful where you're walking. Because sometimes we're walking in places we ain't got no business being. We got to be careful how we walk and where we walking at. We always say, oh, I'm just going to the grocery store, but then you wind up somewhere you got no business being. And don't know who out there. Somebody gonna see you. Somebody know you're out there. Because if they see you and they say, oh, I saw you such. No, you didn't see me. So you got to be careful where you're walking and where you're going. I'm going to put on my shield of faith. It's used to quench the fiery darts and stand when others are falling. Sword of the Spirit activate the weapon used to do damage to the enemy. When I looked this up, putting on the whole armor of God, I even went to the NIV and it was telling me the same thing. I went to the Greek word. The Greek was telling me the same thing. So I knew I had to be on right track. But if I'm going to be out there, I'm going to make sure I got the whole armor on. I'm not going to come out with half of my armor on. When I go to work and before I go in my job, I ask God, Lord, let me put this armor on because I don't know what I'm going to face on the other side of that door when I get there. So I got to be prepared. So that's why I have to put my whole armor on. I asked God this morning when I was up at 1:30, I couldn't sleep. I sit up and I said, God, I said, I don't know what's going on. But God said, I just need you to sit here and be quiet. Just sit and be quiet. And I sit there until 5 o'clock this morning. By that time, won't need me going to bed because I got to get up and go to work. So I stayed up. But I read over this and I read it and I kept saying, Lord, do I have my whole armor on or do I have half of my armor on when I'm coming out? But see, when my family gets on my nerves, I got my armor on. When my coworker gets on my nerves, I definitely got my armor on. I'm like Sharanda, I had an incident, but they had to send from the people from the big office on me. Not that I did anything wrong, but I just spoke the truth. And that was the end of that. And I didn't know how they was going to take it or how she was going to take it, but like I told her, I didn't say it in an offensive way. I said it in a spiritual way, as if they're telling the young lady, slow down. You said you had such and such going on. Just try to slow down. You just moving too fast. I don't want to be the one that got to pick you up off the floor. And she took it the wrong way and she got upset. And it just went from one thing to the other. So when they came from the office and they would talk to us, and I told her, I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't mean it in that way. And she told her. She said, I get V's point. She was saying it as she was concerned about you. Sometimes you can be concerned about somebody, and then they take it the wrong way. But she was upset about it. She didn't want me to be concerned about her. She didn't care. She just wanted to be left alone. So now when I go in that door, I got my arm on because you know why? Because I don't know what I'm going to meet when I walk in that door. So I stay to myself, and that's the best thing for me to do. I got my helmet of salvation on, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I put my helmet of salvation on because I know one thing. I ain't running out there on nobody out there that's been in the grocery store drinking and carrying on and cussing and all of that. I don't want to do that. I want to go in the grocery store and be able to walk through there and do what I got to do and come out of there. Sometimes we be, like I said, we in the wrong places at the wrong time and something go down, then you ain't covered. I need my covering. And I thank my pastor and my apostle for covering me. When I'm not in town and I'm out of town, I'll call and I'll let them know so I can have my covering. Sometimes we can be brain dead. We can be brain dead. We can be spiritually brain dead. Even if your heart is still beating. You gotta be careful with this. When you put on this whole armor of God, put it on. Walk with it right. Walk upright with the whole armor of God. Make sure that you gird up for stuff. Make sure that you gird up for when you're walking out. When you're walking in here, you don't know what you're gonna face when you come in here. You could be sitting next to somebody that just don't even like you. Somebody in here could be sitting up in here, they can have an attitude about something, don't want to smile, don't want to talk to you. Somebody that's sitting there, if you say the wrong thing, oh, you need to address me properly, dress me the right way. Well, call me by my name. You don't know what you're coming in here to. Somebody could have had a bad morning before they got here, and you walking in here. Do you have your armor on when you come in this door? Please put your armor on. Don't ever walk out your house without your armor on. I don't care where you're going. Put your armor on. Make sure that you protected, that you guarded. Make sure you got the helmet of salvation. Make sure you got the breastplate of righteousness on. Make sure you got your shoes on. Make sure you're ready for fight when you go out there. That you're covered. Keep yourself covered. Because we are so easy, people. We are so easy to walk out and not be covered and not have our whole armor on. You got to be covered with the armor of God. Tell God, keep me covered, Lord, while I'm out here. While I'm on my daily routine. routine. I don't care if you just walking, just to be walking anywhere. God, protect me, cover me. This is a wicked world we living in. There's some crazy people out here. They're not stable. And you can be walking and saying, I'm going for a walk, and walk down a path, and somebody come out there and whack you right in the head. What you gonna do? You ain't even got no arm on. Amen. I make sure I put my armor on. Keep your armor on. Keep yourself covered, people. Yes. Please cover yourself. Cover your neighbor. Amen. Elder Betty, she's gonna cover Mother here. Just gonna cover Marshall. All right. Minister Lisa gonna cover Ma Hattie. Pastor gonna cover Michelle. We're gonna cover one another. Elder Mike gonna cover Apostle. We're gonna cover one another in this church. Yes. We're gonna stop walking around here in BT and not have our armor on. Yes. We coming in here on Sunday morning. We doing the same thing. Same old thing, Sunday morning after Sunday. Like Sharenda said, Sunday school. Elder Mike, he preaching that thing in Proverbs. I tell you, he's preaching this thing on Sunday morning in Proverbs, and then Apostle coming back behind. It's a good word. It's a good word in here on Sunday morning. But you got to come in here ready. You can't come in here half ready. You got to be all the way ready. Amen. I told y'all I'm not going to be up here long. And I meant that. It's our powerful, but I'm telling you, I did what God told me to do, said what God want me to say, but I still say, y'all, please put your armor on. When we go into work, please put your armor on. Because whatever you got to face on the other side of your job, you don't know what's going to happen. When you're driving down the road, put your armor on. Because you don't know what's going to happen to the car next to you or the car behind you. You don't know what's on their mind, what kind of morning they had, what they've been thinking about last night, what they were doing. We don't know if there's a person been drinking. We don't know. And then they hit you. You got to keep that armor on. Whatever you do. I got mine on. I keep mine on. I ain't leaving 175 without my armor on. Even in my house, I'm going to keep my armor on. Because I don't know what's in my house sometimes. The boogeyman might be in there. I don't know. I be in there by myself at night when my husband gone to work. I'll be thinking I'm hearing that. And I'll be creeping around in there looking. But I just sit there and I say, well, if it's going to get me, it's going to get me. But it better be ready for a fight. That's all I'm going to say. Because I'm going to sure put up a fight up in there. I ain't going down. I ain't calling 911 unless I really, really need it. But I'm going to tell you, walk up in there if you want to. There's some heat up in there. Believe me. Like I said, I ain't going down. I ain't going down, Apostle. I ain't going down. I ain't been out there on that gun range for nothing. So I ain't going down. So you come up in 175 if you want to, acting like that. I got some heat, and I was looking out that window last night, and it was just the light on the pole that went out. I said, what's going on? I had the light. I lit a candle. I said, I went right up there. I had my little key right there. I said, I know how to unlock this thing quick. It looked like I said, I didn't go to bed till 5 o'clock. But it was for a reason. God kept me up for that reason. But like I said, y'all, please, whatever y'all do, please put your armor on. Please, because we're walking around here, no life in us half of the time, just dead. Because we ain't got no armor on. We ain't got nothing to fight with. How Minister Lisa gonna fight on her job if she ain't got her armor on? If she walked out her house and didn't put her armor on? How Minister Michael gonna go to work and he ain't got his armor on? You gotta keep that armor on. Amen. We gotta keep ourselves protected.